I'm Cristina Stefan. I'm teaching international relations here in the School of Politics and International Studies. I'm also the co-director of the European Center for the Responsibility to Protect, and I'm the organizer of this international conference and global network of women. My main motivation was to show that a critical mass of brilliant female minds exists and can cover topics related to peace, security, and the responsibility to protect, which is the theme of the network, also the theme of the conference. So this isn't usually what we tend to assess if we see the composition of panels at international conferences or invitations to workshops. So this was, first of all, I was trying to show that, there's women knowledge and there's a lot of it, despite what we see in edited books, collections, or panels at conferences. So that was the first thing. And my second idea was motivation. Key motivation was to inspire female early career researchers, like my PhD students, for instance, to motivate them, to show them, basically you can do research that's really relevant in the real world by hearing the stories, some of them very personal during this conference, hearing the stories from these women experts. And so, related to both of these motivations, I also had this plan to bring key stakeholders together. So it's not just women academics. We have brilliant academics and researchers part of the network who presented at the conference. Professor Jackie True, Professor Jennifer Welsh, Professor Karen Smith. But I also wanted to bring together all key stakeholders, women. So we had diplomats as well, to ambassadors, policymakers, practitioners, because the message I want with this global network and with this conference is to show, there's women knowledge, women do a lot, and it's not just in research, it's everywhere. So that the earlier, the more junior researchers are going to be motivated, hopefully very inspired by all these stories. One of the first one, and this is something again I'm trying to address it now that I'm supervising my own master's and PhD students. Just to go for it, just to do, put up your hand, go for that field research, pretty much avoid the imposter syndrome. I think at one point, a lot of us, especially women, suffer from that, and it can be painful, and there's no reason to feel like an imposter. In hindsight, everything looks, so clear, but earlier on, that was a challenge I faced, and I wish I had a little bit more confidence in myself, and I find that it's said that we need to get accolades, we need to get awards to realize, actually I'm very good at my research, or I'm very good at networking, or I'm very good at leadership, just because I got an award. No, you have to be confident in yourself. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to instill in my female students from my experience earlier on. And also another thing that motivated me, actually, it's something I really felt I missed out on. I didn't have a woman mentor. So I had the most wonderful human being as my PhD supervisor, but a man. And I think it's really important. I've always longed for a woman mentor. I never had that. So there are certain things, not trying to get into, to sound too gender biased, but there are certain things as a woman academic you experience differently. obviously, from advice, from how do you really balance your obsessive research agenda with your family life, and how do you make everything work. Just later on now, at this stage I'm on in my career, I have a woman mentor, and it's so brilliant. I just wish I had that much earlier on. So again, the motivation to create, to organize, to put together this network, which by the way is getting bigger, is not, and it's gonna last, it's gonna linger, is to make it easier for the junior researchers, part of the network, because they can reach out to all these experts, they can find inspiration, motivation, and they can pick their mentors amongst all these amazing women.